Hello, everyone. Welcome to another chaotic episode of The Dice That Bind Us. My name is Alex. I use he, him pronouns. I play all the characters that these lovely chuckleheads do not. Uh, and this is our heavily modified Storm King's Thunder run. I don't even know if I can call it that anymore. It uses the maps sometimes and some of the characters. Um, but yeah, these are the lovely goofballs that'll be telling this story with my aid.
Hi there, my name is Dash. I use they, them, their pronouns. I play Lysander Elias, the Firbolg Paladin of Sylvanas, and Lysander uses he or they pronouns.
I'm Dakota. I play Garagak, the half-orc barbarian, and he uses he/him pronouns.
Hi, my name is Ian. I play Tapartos III, the Firbolg Life Cleric, who is a follower of Sylvanas as well, and the two of us both use he, him, his pronouns.
Hi, I'm Rob. I play Anuk Hoki Et. He is a Goliath druid, circle of the land coast. I use he, him pronouns, and Anuk uses pronouns.
All right. I am Zach. I play our chaotically story screwer upper tumble. I have fun. I'm here. That's what we're here for. I hope you're having fun while I mess with the followers of Sylvanas.
Yep.
What is Tummel
I
and what are their
use-
pronouns?
We use he/him pronouns.
Hi, I'm Devin. I use they pronouns and I play Ivan, the chain warlock tiefling that uses he or him pronouns.
Hi, I'm Master Death. I play Temp Bard, and we both use they, them pronouns.
You all rejoin us with after a very heavy passage of a few hours of yours and our time. Who wants to give us a wonderful update of what we did over the last episode? Wow, what a fast hand! I've never seen Zach volunteer for this job ever. Go ahead, my dude.
I have volunteered, just not as this character. I did a lot as Morzier. Anyway, the reason why I'm going to take this recap is because there were kind of only three of us awake for most of what happened.
Yeah.
So, in case you guys missed, 2 episodes ago, they had our first real combat, and they took a lot of levels of exhaustion, so we were kind of stuck here for the first night. Lysander, Tapartos, and Ivan were currently unable to move, and the top floor, not exactly on the roof, because there's a hole that they used to bring the person down to them. But the top floor to fight, and they were sitting there with exhaustion, so they kind of just passed out on the floor. Anuk and I made them as comfortable as possible. I played a prank on Departos, put a bunch of whoopee cushions around him for when he rolled over at night. I thought it was funny.
It was funny.
Temp Bard fell asleep in their tiny hut in the windmill. I had found out when I went to fly over there using the fly spell. Couldn't talk to them, so I assumed they were asleep, but I figured out they were alive just due to the fact that their magic was still working. And then I went to help Anuk inventory everything that we had found. Garagak's magic weapon helped some animals bring us a bunch of gold and other things from in the town because lion dandy powers. And we found out we have a bunch of different guns and stuff like and other things that you guys will have seen. Or if you'd like to find out what all the individual items are, please go check out last week's episode. And from there, I found a note that their dear friend Gum Gum, who I personally, Tumult, has never met, had passed away, and that was the person they fought. So they killed their friend. So Anuk buried him in the mausoleum in Nightstone. And we went looking for their other friend, who I do know, but my memories of him have not come back because I did not meet him in Nightstone. Soup. We found his body, and they buried him as well. And we are currently on the way to the cave to meet up with Ivan and Temp Bard, who both left ahead of the full group. Ivan leaving before everyone else, and he is having a hectic spiritual adventure where he got to see, I'm assuming, the normal world. And he saw our friends waiting for us, unmoving for the last 3 days, which is about how long we've been in this world. And we are currently trying to meet each other, and we were left off with Ivan face to face with Dandelion.
Very well done, my friend. Very well done indeed. Take your point of
Nice.
DM inspiration and cherish it. Use it only when truly necessary or on the random bullshit you guys try to accomplish.
That's like, or when you gamble 75 gold and you just really want that back.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
I'm
man.
like, I'm so glad you used that now instead of like in combat. That's
Yeah.
the only thing that stuck with me.
Money doesn't
It's
do
like,
me any
I'm
good.
like-
If it stops me from killing you, that's the ones that matter. So, indeed, we do enter back into this lovely, lovely story of ours with Ivan and soon Temp Bard being face to face with Dandelion.
Cool. So I'll just look up. Hey, is this Dandelion or Lion Dandy?
This is Dandelion.
Cool. Like, hey, so is this whole place? Tempod's not here yet,
Correct.
right? Okay,
Oh,
cool.
You better leave before I get there.
Cool. So I'll just walk up very casually. Hey, so what is this all you're doing? Like this whole world is this like what is this the game to you? You having fun?
Does this childish manifestation of chaos really resonate with my style?
It doesn't. Yeah. So who is Lion Dandy? I don't think we've really covered that. You kind of asked the question last time.
Lion
dodging again?
Dandy is something that was created to try and stop me from my arise to my place as the traveler. As you can see, it failed.
Who created Lion Dandy?
What does this look like? Just a free information gambit? I came to see if maybe you could bring your friends back into alignment. To bring them back to the fold of the side that will save lives. You are the only... By all means, go ahead.
Personally, at this point, I don't think it's possible, at least until their emotions calm. It was a bit of a shock for them to be thrown into this world. I think they're getting there, but it's going to be a minute before we all truly start working as a team again. So what exactly are you asking me to do?
I'm asking you to fix whatever has changed their minds and swayed them to this tainted ideal of peace across the prime material, this dated dream of prosperity for all. People have tried and people have failed countless times over countless generations.
Yeah, no, you know I agree with you. You know what I want in return.
Why do you think I have come to speak to you?
So, again, with the current state of emotion, I don't think it's possible. We will have to wait until we are in the process of fixing this. We have learned how. I mean, you obviously have some kind of insight. Any more insight you give me would be awesome. But we're basically just going to go ahead.
My insight is that there is one linchpin that is causing all of this chaos. There is one thing that is stopping my plans from coming to fruition. There is one person that has caused my plans to derail. That person needs to be taken out of the picture.
Speak of Tapatos.
I do. If you are truly loyal to me and not to this hodgepodge group of misfits that you somehow call friends, then you will end his life. And
Well-
then and only then will I help you to become the king of hell that you've so desperately wanted.
Well, Dandelion, I think you're going to know me pretty well. And I think you'll know what my answer is going to be.
I know what your answer will be to my face, Ivan, but I do not know what your answer will be in action. This will be the linchpin moment. Tapatos dies by end of day and is trapped here forever. Oh, you have officially chosen the wrong side.
I kind of look at him for a second and then look down on me, like still like bruised and exhausted. Do you really think I'm actually capable of doing something like that right now? You got to give me some hope, yo. Come on.
You pathetic mortal creatures. You must desperately wish to be more like me. I have never been one to fight a fair fight. Look me in the eyes and give me your word that you will follow suit with my actions.
I look him in the eyes and say, I will not give you my word because I don't fully trust you. I will do what you ask. However, if I feel like you're lying to me in any way, at any moment, I will not do what you ask because you haven't shown me that I can trust you yet.
And what can I do to prove that I am being honest with you?
Take me back to Soup right now.
You have to forgive me, as this is something that I do not admit to oftenly. That is beyond my power. The thing that has you trapped here is beyond my power. As a matter of fact, this thing is holding me back. It is consuming my power. If I could take you back to the material world, why would I not just do that and let your friends be stuck here? Let you do my bidding in the real world while they are stuck here and could not get in your way. I can do many things, but this, combining two powerful magical artifacts into one creation, hell, you don't even know what those things are, do you?
We do not.
Well, I can tell you they were never intended to be used together. Those things are creations of the person that created this world. Thus, they hold the power to alter reality itself, as I'm sure you are aware. I do not have the power to sense you in this world as I usually would, so I don't know what you've been doing while you're here. I could merely sense that the presence of your friends were not around, although that's quickly going to change. So if there's something I can do for you in this moment to prove that I am being honest with you, then I will do it if it is within my power. But you must choose what that action is quickly.
You can't take me to Soup, but you are somehow here. I'm assuming this is some kind of image I'm seeing. Can you connect me directly with Soup?
For a brief amount of time, yes.
That's what I would like.
Very well. You see he closes his eyes and waves his hand in front of him, and there is a flash of this purple, this like dark purple energy you've grown accustomed to see when he's using his powers. And there is an image that appears in front of you of Soup, who goes, Ivan? Oh, buddy, it's so good to see you. Oh, man. And he like runs up to give you a hug, and it just passes right through. Well, that's... Are you a ghosty?
Start fucking with him. Just start fucking.
I can't, because this is going to be a serious moment. I'm really sorry.
Never let me
This
have
is a
you.
Tempard moment.
Soup, old friend. We've helped a long time together.
Yeah. Like 11 whole days. It's been great.
You have proven yourself to me to be a very honorable individual.
Of course.
It was my great pleasure to have known you.
Why did you say that past tense? Are you a ghost? Did you die? Phil! Where's Phil? Am I a ghosty? Did I die?
Unfortunately, no.
Unfortunately.
Why is it unfortunate that I didn't die?
Only because I fear what our new enemy is going to do to you. This will be the last time that we talk, because you're very likely to be hunted down soon and killed. If you manage to survive, I want you, right now, to take Phil and run to Mood. Try to find some way to contact Zephyros and take shelter. Wait for us to return. I don't know when we will return.
As you say that sentence, the connection immediately closes.
As soon as I'm back, I'd like to try to dimension door out of the cave in as far away as I can.
You dimension door out of the cave.
Right?
As
Yeah,
you are casting your spell, you're moving slowly. It's painful to try to rush through this. You hear this, you fucking idiot.
As I'm
Teleports away.
teleporting, as I'm teleporting, if I have time to say this, we're coming for you, Dan Bean.
I would like to just flip my middle finger.
Mid and can't you're
I just
Yeah,
punched my
I
desk.
played there.
No, but
So you teleport out, and Tempard, you are at the entrance of the cave. So the first thing you see is Ivan like collapsing over after dimension dooring. You hear coming from the cave entrance behind you footsteps.
I'll look up. We need to get back to the group now, and I'll hold my hand out. Let's go.
I cast greater invisibility on you.
As you get touch range, I'll use my second spell slot to dimension door again, another 500 feet, and then say, okay,
Can you
We have
take
to
me
go.
with you for that?
yeah, that's why I like to hold my hand out.
Okay, cool. Because I can dimension doors again.
Okay, so cool.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Do we like encounter them on the bridge on the way out of town? They just
No, it's not that. It's only 400 feet a pop, and this was like a few hours of travel to get to the cave.
It's
Yeah.
500, yeah.
500.
Yeah, it's not quite
Apologies.
They
Oh,
shaved
yeah,
off
miles
maybe like
far.
3 minutes.
As you guys are teleporting away, you hear this blood curdling scream of pure rage, and you see the cave behind you collapse. You guys hear in town this scream, this just blood fueled bellowing. And you glance in the direction it's coming from, and you see the cave system where you knew Ivan and Tempard were headed fully collapse in on itself.
That is
Oh!
bad.
I try to
We should
muster
hurry.
as much of my speed as I can to try and head that way.
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
yeah,
we're
you
in a
said
cart.
You didn't care what happened to me, but now suddenly the cave is collapsing and Ivan's in it, and that matters.
I didn't. Lysander didn't say that he didn't care about Tempard, he is just mad with what they did the previous day. That's a different situation.
This is something we can work through with a conversation and proper communication, as we have stated.
You want to have like a little floor tile and like, I'm sorry, who has the floor right
Yeah,
now?
this
Yes.
is my talking stick.
I'm all about a talking stick if the talking stick is a glass of whiskey.
Yeah, I think I would immediately start rushing towards the cave.
Yes, absolutely. As fast as we can, which is likely on the horses that are dragging us because they're much faster than our poor, decrepit
The
bodies
horses are-
are right
should
The
have
now.
horses are at the cave.
Yeah, we left them at the cave entrance because we took the carts to the cave.
Wait, I thought we said at the end of the last session we were taking the cart, so we're just
you
like
said
sitting
you
in
said you were
carts?
going to get stuff together and go for
Oh.
things, and before I had a chance to speak about what was going on, for the sake of brevity, you said
I did
we
say
gather
this.
our things, we move on. I said okay.
Yeah, so the plan was to go to the cave, meet up with Ivan and Tempard, then get on the carts and go places.
I thought it was get on the carts and go to Ivan and Tempard and
No.
then go to places
No,
from
So
there.
currently,
I-
only Garagak, Anook, and I can move there any sort of fast.
We can
Well,
be scooped.
I'm
So-
sorry.
I
I
can't
just-
scoop
I am
you.
sorry.
It's okay.
I'm upset, but I'm sorry.
I
I'm
got
not
this.
at you ever, but I'm sorry.
I'm
Yeah, you're
not
currently
in
invisible.
any
No.
way.
We're working it
I
out.
know you're not.
Also, they're not in the cave; they're outside of the cave. So maybe
we
it's
don't know
fine.
that.
No,
Yeah, you don't
not
know.
them. The horses and the carts are outside of the cave.
Yeah,
So
so maybe that's
Also
fine.
don't know
you
that.
guys want to go to where the caves are, right?
We have
Yes,
to go get
yes.
to Ivan and Tempard.
I'm very scared for our
We have
friends.
to get to
I think you
Ivan,
might
right?
go flying.
Animal
Jump
shape
up, right?
into a war,
No,
500 pounds.
Into a what?
I don't think we
war
can go.
horse.
Ooh, warhorse. That's cool.
Nice. You can it'll be slower than your usual speed, but you could probably put the two
I figured
tired
it's
people.
slower than horse speed, but it'll be as fast as Garrett.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Garrett,
So
400.
you guys start hauling ass
Yep.
towards the cave.
I'm skipping.
Planked in the back.
You two, the two tired people like collapse forwards on Anuk's back, Tumult sprinting by the side, and Garagak.
Yep. I just got my dandy basher in one hand, and I'm just like going.
Fully skipping away. But no,
Um,
if it
Looking,
holds
if you-
both of us, then the weight becomes too much and speed is 30 feet, so it's probably better to just give it to you to ride.
Okay,
So that
whatever.
your speed is normal and then we can dash.
So I guess Tempard can take out the broom of flying that they totally didn't steal and was given. Totally didn't steal.
Naturally.
And give it to me. Does it require attunement?
No?
No,
No, my
brooms
stuff
of flying don't
requires
require it.
Cool. So I guess I'll circumvent my 15. I'll be able to move as fast as Tempard.
Perfect. So you guys move towards each other rapidly. I'm assuming like full dash, like sprinting to meet up together. You guys see the group of you that is running towards the caves, see in the distance these two shapes. One of them is like collapsed over on top of this broom that is being guided by Tempard.
Actually, he's invisible. Which
You see
means
a
the broom is
broom.
also invisible.
You see a broom. You don't see a broom. You see Tempard sprinting towards you, going like with their hand behind their back, holding on to something and running.
Nice.
Tempard, what are you? What are
You guys are
doing?
still several hundred feet away from each other. It's just this speck.
Yeah, we're
speck
just
on the
like
distance.
towards each other.
I appreciate that Zoom was like, "That's gonna be loud." No, it compensated your
No,
sound
it
for
muted
you.
you down a little bit.
Yeah. You guys see each other and are sprinting towards each other, and you do eventually meet up.
Tempard, what happened? Were you in the cave? Why did it collapse? Are you okay?
You just see
Ivan,
Tempard,
are you
right?
okay? What happened?
At
You
this
left.
point,
Yeah, you don't see Ivan.
At this point,
I
greater,
think that's
greater
not
invisibility does wear off because it
Oh,
was
that's true.
much
It's
more than a
like-
minute's travel.
Ah, and Ivan!
But Ivan is collapsed on this broom that appears in front of you.
Yeah, what happened?
Ivan,
What
are
was
you
with the
okay?
screaming?
I would stumble off of the horse and go up to the two of them and put hands on shoulders. What happened?
So-
Very clumsily.
I'm just gonna
So-
keep laying on top of Anuk like,
You're
What's
able
wrong?
You're able to move.
I know, but it hurts.
That's true.
A lot.
Tapardos is probably a slightly bigger baby in that sense.
I'm not doing good.
Not okay.
Really not okay.
Lysander's like a farm boy. It's fine. He's used to it.
But yeah, you guys are together.
What happened?
Ivan, why were you invisible? At
Super long
first,
story.
You
Do you want the
popped
long?
in.
Do you want the long or the short version? We should get back to the
Short
Long
now,
later, short
long
right
later.
Possibly Dandelion is here and coming up to us. Let's get to
What?
safety now.
What?
Yep. Well, yeah, Dandelion. Yes, Dandelion is
Coming
here.
after
Yeah.
us.
I am not bringing that beast
Oh,
to
no.
We
the
have time
town.
for these questions.
Let's
We're
go.
not going to the town. We have to at least leave. I'm not
Yeah.
bringing it back to Nightstone.
No, you're right. Will running help or are we dead?
Yes, Alex.
Yes, DM, you may speak.
Thank you. Anuk, you see walking towards you through this field, Dandelion, rapier drawn in one hand, dagger drawn in the other, walking towards you with pure purple energy flaring out of his eyes, walking in your direction.
Great, so we're dead.
How close are we to the road that brought us to the cave?
Decently close. If you're asking if you could run to the carts and stuff before
No,
Dandelion intercepts you,
I don't
So
think we can we?
you
We also-
probably could. The horses ran up the road from the collapse
Okay.
because they're horses and were scared. Even if they're zombie horses, they still got feelings.
Zombie
Then I will
cartoon horses.
nip at Lysander, and I'll just start running towards where the horses are.
Go.
still a horse.
I'd like probably
I'm still on
clamber.
your
If,
back,
if I
right?
have a second,
Yeah.
I can clamber up onto Anuk.
Yeah. I'm assuming you let Lysander clamber up first.
Oh
but-
yeah.
Go. We have to go. I don't know what's going on, but we have to go. Anuk wants to go. This is Anuk, by the way. Let's go. It's probably
We
like
are
covered in
going to
horse
die.
tattoos.
Only the
Yeah,
right
a
side.
horse just covered in tattoos, just all down the side.
You
I will,
guys-
yeah.
Start to ride away. You get to the carts. You get to the horses. All of the horses have like regrown all their limbs and are back in place and are just waiting. You get over there and one of them goes, "Hey!"
Why are we running?
Run,
Hello.
Dandelion
on,
again?
get on, run.
Run! Okay.
Yeah, it's time to run with us on top of you.
The first cart takes off with nobody on it.
No,
you guys,
no,
you guys
no,
pile onto the other one and could go after them.
I yell out to the other one to
broom
stop.
in that direction so that you can at least catch them.
You're not
Um,
coming with?
No, I'm gonna hop on a different horse. I'm just
Oh,
not
okay.
fast enough to catch up to a horse. The broom is.
No. So you guys make it onto a cart and are moving. There's like three
There's
or
a
four
couple
carts that
carts.
were given to you guys. Only the first one was like, "Run, okay," and they ran.
and Dandelion
Can
is
I
still
yell out to them to stop?
Yeah, Dandelion is still walking towards you.
cool.
Walking
So now
or
I'll, like,
running?
Walking.
Currently running and running faster than a person should be able to.
It's really.
I am
really
waving at him from the back
unpleasant.
of the cart.
I'll-
I will say the only person that has put eyes on him is Anuk.
I'm just trusting Anuk's
Yeah.
senses.
So
Anuk has
as
not
a-
gone wrong in that aspect. for me.
Has anyone seen Dandelion chasing these two that they said he is? 'Cause he's kind of all powerful, right?
I also didn't say Dandelion is following us. I just
No.
Anuk was like, go.
Ivan and Tempard said
Oh, okay.
that Dandelion was likely following. And as you asked that question, Anuk is like kicking the side of the cart.
I'm gonna assume you did, buddy.
And then I'm gone.
Yeah.
Can I mind link with Anuk whenever he's like bashing the cart and like
Yeah.
do you see him?
Anuk, I'm assuming Anuk is leading the carts forwards.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
So you mind link.
I'm like trying to
Sure.
grab tack and bridles and reins and stuff as I encourage them to go.
So mind linked with you
Mhm.
and control me that Dandelion is chasing us. I'll just one by one put in with you, say, hey, whoever has the book, we need to take it out now and write in it that Dandelion is not on this plane of existence right now.
No,
And then
please
hang over to the
do
next
not
person.
use the book.
Say the
I
same
point
exact
at
thing.
Anuk.
Please let me try something.
The
First,
wild
then we
shaped
can
horse
use the
has
wo-
it, by
book.
the way.
Well,
Look
we
at the
can't
book.
hear this, right?
Okay,
He's
so
just
it's
saying
back
that
there.
straight to Anuk.
No. So he went one by one to each of you to bring
Okay.
the idea up.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell him in my head because I know that Anook had it last, and he said he wrote in the book for Garagag.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
I am going to beg to whoever is talking to me that we do not use the book right now. I'm going to try something.
Okay, right. I'll say
What
out
is
loud,
that?
okay,
It is not
let me
dark
try
enough.
something.
You have to read it out.
Darn it. Wonderful. I jump off the cart.
Fine.
Tempard, no.
Whatever.
Okay,
Or
Team
jumps off the
Tempar
cart.
do something weird. I'm jumping off the cart.
Weber, am I able to see? Like, I assume I'm draped over some part of the cart because I'm.
You're laying in
useless
the
right
back of the
now.
cart, yeah.
Yeah. Am I able to see anything about Dandelion anywhere close to us?
You see his visage on the road behind you, sprinting.
About how close is he to us?
He is probably about 1,500 feet out, but
Okay.
closing. Tempard, as you go to jump out of the cart and Tumult behind you, you are caught by collars and thrown backwards.
Boomst.
And
Okay.
you guys see who is in this cart, which everyone except for Anook, unfortunately. You guys see a visage. It is a pale and ethereal version of a very friendly hill giant woman who throws you backwards, turns and says, "This is not the time," and steps out of the cart and sprints directly towards Dandelion.
We all
Oh,
see
no,
this?
Everyone except for Anuk, unfortunately, who is leading the horses.
Can I send hands to follow this spectral Moog? I'm
Yeah.
assuming. Cool. I will have hands like, I don't know, 150, 200 feet up or whatever, turn invisible, and just kind of like
Great.
hover and watch, you know?
Okay.
Understanding what is going on, I am going to ready an action for if Dandelion gets within 60 feet of us.
What are you readying?
I just sent it to you over the Facebook. If you want me to say it for the viewers, I will tell you.
Totally fine.
Cool.
You guys continue on the road. It's a few hours normal travel speed to get to like the intersection of the main road that would lead towards Waterdeep and all of those places. But you are traveling down this road at like breakneck speed. Ivan, there's no limit on distance for you, right? For how long you can see through Hand's eyes and all that?
Correct. I just have to use my action every 6 seconds or whatever.
That's
but
fine. Yeah, you repeat. You see this spiritual visage of Moog runs forward and intercepts Dandelion and hits him with a massive punch that sends him rocketing sideways and straight through several of the trees on the side of this area. And then a split second later, Dandelion is behind Moog and drives his rapier straight through her chest. The visage of Moog, he looks unfazed. The visage of Moog reacts as a body would. The chest starts forward. Her arms like grasp at the blade for a brief second. And then the visage fades into nothing. Dandelion turns, looks towards you guys fleeing off into the distance, and then glances towards Nightstone.
Cool. I'll have hands hover and keep an eye on Dandelion. And then with orders not to engage at all, just stay up out of the way, just watch him. And then snap back to, like let go of the action, step back to my own body and say, hey, slow down. Slow down right now. Hold on. We have to talk.
What do you mean slow down?
Slow
We
down.
have
He is
to-
pursuing us, is he not?
He is not. He looks as if he might go for Nightstone.
Wait, what?
Yes, stop. Right now, I'll explain everything what happened, but we have to make a decision right now.
What can we
stop
do
Dandelion.
against a god?
Okay, quickly, please.
Basically, I made a horrible enemy of Dandelion, me personally. Hippolytos He wants you dead.
What?
He didn't make it.
At that
Yeah.
point, I'll raise my hand and say, "Not surprised."
He's right. It makes sense. Why did he tell you this?
He wanted me to kill you.
All right. Are you going to kill me?
I am not. No. That.
Are you
that
certain?
is why-
I will break. Like, Tapartos is going to just prostrate himself and say, "If you are going to do it, now is the time."
I just look at him and say, "I don't think Dandelion would be trying to kill us if he said he's going to do it."
Right. Well, it seems as though Dandelion is adamant about at least my death. So, Ivan, if you will do it now. If not, let's get on with it. Will
Lower
you?
your hands, Platos. I'm not going to kill you.
I knew I could trust you. Thank
You're
you.
a great friend and ally.
On
I
that
appreciate that.
I'll be right back.
So
Or not.
Ivan gives
Confused.
Tempo
Okay.
the broom back. Ivan gives Tempo just flying broom back.
Thank you.
Tempo, stay here, please. Do not go
Please.
flying off again. We need to stick together.
Well, I was gonna go talk to Dandelion.
No, absolutely not. Please, Tempard, please, I beg you, stay here.
So, Dandelion does not have omnipotent power as we had originally thought. Does not have the power, at least, to remove even just myself from this plane of existence.
Okay.
That we all vaguely remember, the one that we have such vivid memories of Nightstone now, is the actual world. That is still going on. We need to figure out, as we found out, we need to figure out how to get out of this plane. What I did find out is Dandelion does not have the omnipotent power, and that book that we have, that book holds power over this plane.
So this plane and Lion Dandy are outside of his jurisdiction, is what you're saying.
Correct. Whatever created Lion Dandy in an effort to hamper or slow down Dandelion and his efforts.
At this point, you hear a series of massive explosions.
At this point, Lysander claps his hands over his ears and just starts repeating, "They're not the real. They're not the real."
You hear blood-curdling screams. You glance towards the town of Nightstone, and a massive sheet of repeating strikes of colossal meteors is falling from the sky onto the town.
They're going to need more gold.
Gargak will start
Now is not
laughing
the
about the
time.
fact that we left all of our gold there.
Garagak, now is also not the time.
Well,
I mean, it's a perfect
as
time.
I point to Ivan and I say, well, as he very clearly pointed out, this is not our world. And if it's all bound by that book, that means it's fake.
Well,
It's a separate world.
Anuk, you see about 100 feet in front of you on the road, standing there, form flickering, but standing there, Dandelion.
do any of us see it?
You are in the inside of the cart.
So no.
Well, I tried not to be, but guess that didn't work out.
Your friends don't want you to die.
At this point, look.
What a
Lysander-
surprise.
I'm assuming Anuk was probably going to make a bunch of noises.
Lysander is like bald on the ground with
So-
his hands over his ears.
Waiting for.
I know.
You're good. Take your time. This is a big moment.
I still have my prepared action, yes?
You do.
Okay.
Yeah. It's my style. I will drop this wild shape. In 3 strides, I'll wild shape again to a giant eagle. And just up above him.
You fly straight into the air. The horses, you hear from behind you as this is happening. Hey guys, the horse is a bird now. That's cool.
Upon hearing that, I will attempt to clamber to the front of said cart.
When I get to a very high height, I drop wild shape
Free fall.
and I start free fall.
The horses like clamber to a stop as it step. Uh-oh.
By this point, am I able to get to the front of the?
You can't. It is a like nice wagon, so it is like walled off at the ends. So to see out front, you would have to either like break the window out and look through, or like get out and look.
Oh, if
Can I open the door and climb on top of it?
The carts stop. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
You can,
Well, I'm getting out and climbing on top.
Okay.
Yeah,
You do
yeah.
that.
I'll get out too and just like stand by it.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
I'm trying to observe just as much as I possibly can at this point.
I
so-
get out of the cart and I cast Disguise Self.
Okay.
Okay.
Fantastic.
To look like.
Partos.
God damn it.
Okay.
Tipbard, no.
You climb out of the cart looking like Tapartos, and all of you can hear this brief whistling sound of air rushing past an object. Anuk, I sense a whale in our future.
You do, yes. I'm going for ultimate belly flop on Dandelion.
Looking
Perfect.
forward.
Hold on. We're going to resolve this first. Anuk, I want you to roll me. I think 20d6 is the max fall damage, so 20d6.
But you are a sperm whale.
Oh God!
What is the sperm whale's HP?
Hi.
What's his
But-
weight?
Hi.
Unfortunately, weight doesn't matter.
No.
This would be the same if it was like an aardvark or something like
That's,
Oh,
that.
so it would be. This is the I'm not aiming, I'm hitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a wide net.
66 points of damage. You smash into the ground on top of Dandelion, and you feel solid underneath you. You know you connected, and you hear this.
Good job.
Is your whale form gone?
No. That's not even half of my hit points.
Oh dear
Yes!
God!
God.
The hell
You guys watch Anuk. And then you see Anuk get rolled on his side.
I'll drop polymorph at that point.
Okay.
If the 12 didn't save for a con roll. Because it's a concentration, and I took damage.
Yeah, I don't think the 12 saved on your 33 DC. You drop shape. Dandelion, the visage of him is flickering in and out. There is not much substantial anything left at this point. And he looks directly at the cart.
I would like to
Hi,
step in
Dandy.
front of the cart.
You step to the side of the cart.
In front of the cart.
In front of. You
If I can.
hear, you see this staggering Dandelion form. Prepare for eternity. Holds his hand up and die. Tempart, how many hit points do you have?
What a great question. It's been so long, I'm very squishy. 51.
That is not enough to succeed against the power word kill spell.
Sure is
How far away?
Oh, hey, is that who
Dandelion at this
bought
point?
Power Word Kill? Out of curiosity.
That's line of sight, isn't it?
It is, but you don't have you're not reacting to anything.
Well, I mean, I was reacting to the things that he said when I saw the Tapartos I know is not Tapartos step in front of the cart.
Did you
And when he had
cast
went to
Disguise
look
Self?
at it and said like
You were
for
looking out the window.
eternity,
I went
I
out the
was
back.
going to thunderstep 30 feet in front of them,
That
so
is,
he would be looking at me.
is
No.
Thunderstep a reaction spell?
No,
I knew the answer to that question. I just wanted you to answer it for yourself. So Zach, in theory, do you think you could use that spell as a reaction?
No.
No, right? Okay. I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page.
He wanted to justify why he's saying no.
Correct.
Mhm.
I did it in a really shitty way, and I apologize for that. But here we are. Tempard. The disguise fades as the people that are outside of the cart watch Tempard's body fall to the ground.
How
No.
far away is Dandelion?
No. From the cart,
Yes.
50 feet.
All right. Then that
I'll just
activates my
blast.
spell.
Are you climbing out?
I am. Am I able to see
You
him
should
within
stand.
range? Because I am
If-
trying to visualize whatever chaos is happening outside of the cart right now,
If you
and dragging my body towards the danger. Yes.
Okay, that's I just needed to know you were getting out of the cart. You climb out, you see from laying on the ground, you can just see their head, but you see Tempard is on the ground. And you see this shaking and flickering visage of Dandelion. Arms sagging at his side. It wasn't him. I've been fooled.
Great.
No
As-
one.
I tricked a
Whoa.
god. Yeah.
And you see this purple energy that had faded on Anuk's hit, which
Sorry.
Anuk
Oh, I wasn't even
Clutch.
done yet.
clutch, dude.
Clutch.
I understand you had more to do, but for sake of narrative, it
Yeah,
needed
yeah.
to flow in a certain way. Tapartos, you are seeing this energy flaring into his eyes again, and you see this shaking and mostly disapparated image of Dandelion starting to solidify.
Great. As that happens, and as I have him in my sight within 50 feet, you said, I'm going to snap my fingers and cast banishment on him and banish him to another plane of existence. I believe
To his
that
home
is.
plane, I think.
It is. Mechanically, I believe that is a charisma saving throw. That fails.
That is a 4 plus 11.
That fails. He is, as the spell says, if the target is native to the plane of existence you're on, you banish the target to a harmless demiplane. While there, the target is incapacitated. The target remains there until the spell ends, at which point the target reappears in the space it left or in the nearest unoccupied space if that space is occupied. If the target is native to a different plane of existence than the one you're on, the target is banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its home plane. If the spell ends before 1 minute has passed, the target reappears in the space it left or in the nearest unoccupied space if that space is occupied. Otherwise, the target doesn't return. If it is native to this plane, it will come back in 1 minute. If not, it's gone.
Spartos, Dandelion, with this rage-fueled energy filling his form, looks up and makes eye contact with the real you. And as his hand raises to cast one final spell, you snap your fingers with a faint popping sound. He vanishes.
The second that happens, I scream to anybody who's listening to me, "Bring me to Tempard!"
You can move.
That's adorable.
Not fast, and I don't know how fast this cart is going. I need help.
We're not moving.
Yeah,
The
we're
card
not
is
moving.
stopped.
Yeah, we
Okay,
stopped.
great. I'm going to hurl myself at Tempard and
Perfect.
crush a diamond over them.
I want Tepartos, this has not worked for you.
Has not worked in the past. I will try it again. I do not care.
Let me.
Okay, I'm going to hold it over Tempbard right within crushing range.
Right with it.
And allow Lysander to do what they're about to do.
I have not angered Lion Dandy.
You have not.
I take my hand over to Partos's crush and cast my new 3rd level spell, Revivify.
Crushed it. Literally crushed a diamond.
And I pray, trying to push with all of my might to reach a ping of Sylvanas in this plane.
So sweet and kind of sad.
Lysander, you reach out to Sylvanas, trying to make some connection. And whereas previously, as Tepartos described his experience, he said he heard nothing. You hear a voice. Soft, warm. It is a voice that only you can hear. Time stops around you. You have done well. You have been born on a path that I know that you did not choose for yourself. But the defender never chooses their own path. They do what they must for those around them. That is who you are. That is your calling. And though this place in this world may seem dim and void of happiness and everything is dark, know that your choices here are ultimately just to get you back to where your choices matter. Please continue on your path and continue to be the honorable and true hero that you are.
I will.
And please make sure Tepartos knows that even if the connection is broken here, my sister loves him with all her heart. In this moment, there's a choice to be made. But it is not a choice for you. Know that my power runs through you, and that this, should it fail, was not because of anything you have done wrong. It is because a choice was made. Tempard.
Yeah.
Your eyes open unexpectedly. And you find yourself sitting on a very, very comfortable chair. A small room lit by a fireplace on one side, surrounded by bookshelves and posters of various artwork done by all sorts of artists throughout history that you recognize from your studies, from your time around. And sitting in front of you at a large desk is a man wearing a bright red suit, hair black like onyx, slicked back in the douchiest of
Santa.
ways. It is like a 3-piece suit. He looks very professional.
So not Santa. Okay.
Is this the CEO of the Temp Clan?
I am so excited.
And he sits and looks and he goes, well, little Tempard,
With many.
what do we have here? You'd gone and died, didn't you?
Well, I guess it's not. It is technically the first time. Might be the last. I've been in similar places before.
Now, this is a troubling situation that I find myself in. Now, your recruiting efforts on the Prime material have been actually quite a success. You babble on constantly and incoherently everywhere you go about join the Temp Clan, join the Temp Clan. It's all fun and games. It's all good. Definitely not a pyramid scheme, even though, well, let's be real, we both know what this operation is.
Did not hear that last part.
Yeah, he whispered it.
There is a question that I have for people that find themselves in a very specific and special situation as yourself. A question that I ask to two people you hold very dearly. And your answer to this question will determine a lot of things. You see, there's a reason that nobody knows where the circle meets, where they make all the decisions that they make. Well, that's because it's not on the... Go ahead.
I just really love the fact that you actually paid attention to like my lore and backstory and everything. I just really appreciate that.
What
Keep
do I
going.
look
Sorry.
like, an
Having a lot of
amateur?
appreciation.
Jeez!
Bubber can.
Jeez! What are you talking about paying attention to the backstory? Of course I paid attention to your goddamn backstory. Have you ever wondered where you can find these individuals yourself? I know perchance you're looking for two members right now.
I have been looking for quite some time for them, yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Generally, we would provide more information, but this is a unique case. Normally, it's only one parent that'll be lost when they join the circle. And the other parent will explain it away, and we don't have to worry about these things. But in your case, this is a very, very specific happenstance. You see, the circle, they meet in my plane. They come to help me with my decisions and help the Temp Clan grow and prosper. They help train our special recruiters to go and get the real heavy attempts, if you understand or catch my drift. Now, I have come to make you an offer.
Okay. What is your offer?
I would like to offer you a spot. I would like to let you come and work for me right by my side. Join the circle. Get to help pick and recruit the top, most elite members of the Temp Clan. Now, of course, if you do choose this position, you'll never be allowed to go to the Prime material again. Your friends will never know what happened to you, and you won't be able to help with that pesky saving the world business. But I'm sure none of that matters to you. It's just, they're not your moms. Why would they matter? Your moms are here with me, living in the life of luxury, ruling here in the 9 layers themselves.
Can I see them real quick?
Unfortunately, I can't let that happen until you accept. See, they're off doing important business, see, and I can't just have anybody traversing around hell. What would that make me? What a terrible ruler I would be in that situation.
I'm sorry, did you just say hell?
What did you think the 9 layers referred to?
All right.
Listen, I understand this is a bit of a shock. It always is to the new recruits, and I don't blame you one bit for taking the time you have to consider, but allow me to offer you a sales pitch, if you will. That is what we do, after all, ain't it?
We don't sell anything.
I mean, it's a joining pitch.
You sell the temp clan to people that you want to join. To sell doesn't necessarily mean to give an item for currency. When people deceive, they're selling that thing. They're selling that idea, that concept. Think about when you're bluffing in poker. You gotta have that poker face. You really gotta sell it.
I've never been very good at poker.
Trust me, I am well aware.
Alex.
Now, what?
It doesn't have to be in this moment, but it is with casting Revivify. Do I get something that I can reach to Temp Bard with? Like a phrase, a line, a something.
Hold on to that.
Like I said, it doesn't need to be now. I just wanted to check if that was a thing that was on the table.
Potentially. If you decide to join the circle, you will, of course, be put in charge of one of the 9 layers of hell. That'll be your dominion. You will get power over any of the deals that are made in these layers. And, of course, that comes with benefits. You'll become better. You'll become the best at anything that you ever wanted to do, anything you wanted to dream of. You'll get to see your moms whenever you want. You'll get to go and spend the rest of your days doing exactly what you've wanted to do. Recruiting for the Temp Clan. But imagine if your words held such power that they would entrance anyone around you. Imagine if you took your already powerful charm and took that to kings, emperors, the demon lords of the abyss, the gods above. And you convinced them that what we were doing was the best way to go about things. I can offer that to you. All that power, all that happiness and joy you never want for a thing in your life. Well, that sounds pretty marvelous to me, doesn't it?
Sounds okay.
What else would you desire?
Well, my friends were pretty mad at me.
They were.
I
And for
just
what?
kind of
You
wish they weren't, even though I kind of get why. And I'm kind of worried that they all hate me.
Oh, I can assure them none of them hate you.
But one of them is in a lot of trouble right now. And I tried to buy them some time, but I don't know if that worked.
Which one of them is in trouble? Is it the cat? The cat's always seeming to get in trouble. Oh, it's the
According
warlock.
to your future job position.
Is it the cleric, the weird one that isn't a cleric but is, I guess, but never seems to do anything cleric-like? That guy always seems to be getting in trouble too. I know it's not the real big guy. He just seems jolly.
I'm going to have to decline your offer. Because there's no way my moms would be in hell.
I think you have a misunderstanding of what hell represents. Hell
That
isn't
doesn't matter to me.
hell isn't evil. Hell is just a place like anybody else. Hell, there's portals from the prime material that get right here. People come and trade here, do business here. All the time. All right, here. I understand your worry. Let me show you. And the man stands up from his desk, walks over to a window that wasn't on the wall before, opens the shades. Says, come here, come take a peek.
Okay.
You
I go and I look out the window, I guess.
As you look out the window, you see that there is a scene playing out in front of you. and you see one of your moms walking around in a town you've never seen before. She is currently leading a group of children in a song around a campfire in the middle of a festival.
That's probably Temp Sorcerer. She was way better with children than Temp Wizard.
That right there is on the prime material. That's your mom going around and helping people. Doing a little recruiting along the way, but that's what she does. Let me show you something else.
That's definitely Temp Sorcerer.
He closes the shade and says, "Are you ready?"
Okay.
He opens the shade again, and you see an entirely different scene. This time you see the top of a long mountain range you've never seen before. And you see that there is a massive stone door, like 10 times the size of the one that you guys entered to go into Sylvanas' garden to get the shield. And standing on top of this massive door, hands held out and releasing barrage after barrage of magic into an army of undead that is sieging at this door, you see your other mother. A smile across her face, throwing spell after spell, reaching to her neck and pulling off several beads from a necklace and throwing them at the ground with glee.
Everything's on fire because that's what she would have wanted.
Yep. That there's the abyss. She is currently aiding a rescue mission for some people that were exiled there, unknowingly and undeservedly. The rest of her team is back and done. She's doing this shit for fun now. That's what I can offer you. The ability to help the Temp clan grow in any way that you want. Now, you have to earn that spot to a degree. You got to put some legs on the ground here in hell. You gotta earn your way to have the free reign to go to whatever planes you like and all that stuff. It takes some time, but everybody can get there. I swear to, well, me.
One final question.
Of course.
What is your name?
Oh, my name? I'm sure you know my name already. Hell, most people know my name. Why don't you take a guess?
I'm not gonna Rumpelstiltskin this. This is not happening.
My name is Asmodeus.
I fucking knew it.
You know, his suit that he's wearing is both like the small fortune of like a small country.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Super expensive. It's like flashy as hell.
Yeah, you done fanboying over my death?
Yeah. I mean, I have more, but
Oh, I can finish dying first? Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
Wow.
I know this is a big offer to make. And I know that you may need a little bit more time, but unfortunately, time is not on your side. As in the prime material, you got 15 more seconds to make up your mind. Now, I can give you a little bit more time than that, but I don't see any downsides here.
what's it gonna be?
And at this moment, Lysander, say whatever. You get a very, very brief message.
You hear basically through sobs. You do not abandon your clan, and you are part of my clan.
I will decline the offer.
That is a big decision.
Yeah, I rolled a die for it.
You realize that if this is the choice you make, you'll never see your moms again. This is a
Well-
one-time offer.
But it isn't really. Have fun, Asmodeus. We'll see you later.
Templar.
Can you please, just real quick though, before I go back, can you tell my moms that I love them and I miss them a lot, and also that I got a girlfriend? Sorry, that's probably the most important. I should have led with that one.
I tell you what, I certainly will. But I think it's important that you know this next statement. If you decline this offer, your status with the Temp Clan is hereby null and void. You are no longer a member. You will no longer have the ability to make contracts. You will no longer be able to say the words Temp Clan. I take this position very seriously, and you see this like big charming smile he's had across his face is gone. I don't make offers like this lightly. When someone turns their back on me and denies my generosity, I don't take too kindly to that either.
I do still want to be part of the Temp Clan. I don't want to be a member of the Circle of 12. I still want to recruit for the Temp Clan. I still want to make it powerful and helpful, and I want it to change the world. But the position that you are offering is not one that I feel I could handle. It's not one that I feel I would be able to do what I can for the Temp Clan in. Even with all unlimited power and everything like that, the way that I help the Temp Clan is not something that I can do in the Circle of 12. So I really appreciate your generosity, but I will still decline.
I just told you you could do whatever you wanted down here, and your justification is that you can't do something down here?
You said I would not be able to return to the primordial plane. You said I would not be able to see my friends.
I said that it would take time.
How much time?
Depending on how hard you work and how much recruiting you did, a year? Maybe 2 if you're real slow, but we both know you ain't. I understand where you're coming from. I really do. I may be the devil amongst devils, but I got a heart.
Then please do not be upset with me, as I feel I need to recruit more before I take up your offer. I have not yet recruited a single person.
Well, that's
So
just
I
blatantly
cannot-
false. You think you haven't recruited a single person and I'd be offering you this? If you hadn't recruited a single person, I would have let your sorry ass die. I wouldn't have let you go anywhere else. I would have brought you here to be an employee forever. This, he snaps his fingers, and you see the back of this room extends, and you see dozens of people. You see some of the original villagers of Nightstone from your timeline. You see several children from various towns that you've walked through. Some of the children that were playing on the horse in that small village you went to that I don't remember the name of. You see probably 3 dozen denizens of Waterdeep walking around and mulling about. Every one of these people came here, came seeking us out because of your words. I want you to make your decision based off of your accomplishments, not how you see yourself. Now, you know that I can't lie. That is the downside to being who I am. So you can ask me any question you want, and I will tell you the honest to God truth. No workarounds, no deceit.
Would you like to make a bet? Now I understand that you are the devil, and deals with you can go bad. So I'm not going to make a deal. I'm going to make a bet.
And what is this wager you speak of?
If I go back and I see my friends and everything, and if they truly do care enough to, I don't know, help me or at least tolerate me, then I will be out of your hands for good. I'm not gonna mess with you or anything like that. I probably won't even remember that any of this happened. If my friends don't care at all, then I will join you.
I feel like you don't understand wagers. You are coming at me with a wager that is very one-sided. And I know your friends. I keep my eye on my top employees. I know that your friends are up there trying to save your life right now. And if they weren't going to take you in and try to help you,
They're trying to
you
help me.
wouldn't. Oh, please. I know you just heard those
Really
words.
That's a terrible decision.
If your friends weren't already trying to help you, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. I would have just welcomed you to your new job and you would have been on your way. So why would I make a wager that I know I'm going to lose?
Okay.
Instead, I have a different wager for you.
What is your wager?
You can go back and keep your status as a temp. If, while you're there, in the next, we'll say, month, if you can get at least 2 of those friends of yours to sign contracts, you can stay up there for as long as you please. But if that month expires and you haven't gotten those 2 contracts signed, you come and join me by my side.
Then I agree to this wager. I will take your bet.
You do know that once you make a wager, which is a deal in its own right, with a devil, you can't wiggle your way out of it.
I am aware.
Then just sign the dotted line, Tempard. You see he rolls out a contract onto his desk and sits down.
I pull out one of my daggers and I prick my finger with it and sign my name in blood. I do understand the implications of that. For the record.
You are either very sure of yourself or you are very unsure of yourself. Either way, it's going to work out in my favor. You enjoy your time up top, and I'll be seeing you in 30 days.
Wonderful.
Tempard, your eyes flash open, and you are back laying on the ground in front of a cart in Dandyland. The rest of you see Tempard's eyes open.
Out of character after that personal attack of me doing nothing clerical, I have used cure wounds and inflict wounds, thank you.
Like 1 time each.
No, I've healed a lot of people. Thank you. Myself counts as
In
people.
case you have
Fine.
questions.
The devil doesn't like giving you
Myself counts
compliments.
as
It's okay.
people. I count.
No. I immediately scoop covered in diamond dust. Immediately scoop them up.
Yeah, I am going to immediately embrace the two of them in a massive hug and just begin sobbing and screaming at them like, "Don't you ever put your life in danger for me again. Do you hear me?"
Seeing the furball mess,
I
I'm
did
not
not hear
joining that hug fest.
Oh, hey, you see the whale trick I just pulled back there?
I
No,
kind of
that
look
was
at
fantastic.
I look at Anook and I say, "Why didn't you warn me beforehand? I could have made you bigger."
Oh, that would have been sweet, huh?
That would have been very cool. I'm
It's
so
like we
crying.
talked about this before, Anook. You're supposed to warn me here. I could
I
have made
know,
you way
but
bigger.
I was a horse. I couldn't talk to you, yeah?
I mean, you went back to normal to go up that high, right? There's only a horse went up there.
Well, because
I
a horse
reach
is a
into my
horse.
pocket.
Horse.
Of course, of course.
A horse
And
is a horse,
and-
of course, unless that horse is a nook.
Oh my god.
Then a nook takes a flight, and becomes real light, and then turns into a fucking whale.
I reach into my
Just-
pockets and I pull out two
That's
pieces of
funny.
paper. 2 pamphlets to be specific. I hand one to the cat.
So I haven't said what I'm doing yet. I'm not doing that. I'm proceeding with the hands again and looking at Nightstone while all this is going on.
I will hold on to that one for a second. I will take the other one and I will hand it to Departos.
And seeing as they're fine and we're out of immediate danger, and there's no vizier of or no image of Dandelion because Departo sent him away. I'm going to sit down and reach inward looking for ult, but I know damn well who's going to answer, hopefully.
Also, as
Yeah.
a matter of fact, I will say, A, I'm still absolutely concentrating on the spell until my minute has passed. If the minute passes, I will accept whatever my fate is. B, Tempar, do not ruin this moment with the Temp clan, okay? Just hug me, please.
If you want me to survive another 30 days and be here, you will sign this.
Tepartos
I
does
have
not know what you...
30 days left to live unless I get 2 people to sign these papers.
We will talk about this within the next 30 days. Right now, hug me, okay? Please.
Not too much
Oh,
of a
man, I make a big crater when I land.
Yeah, there's a huge like whale-shaped indent on the road.
Oh,
I'm
I knew
also
they
going
were
to take
big. I could
all of the
see 'em
money
from
out of my
the
purse,
close,
and I'm
but
going to
dang.
throw it at Anuk and say, Anuk, you are phenomenal. Take everything I have and invest it in your businesses.
Oh,
Thank
no,
you."
that was for fun, yeah.
Oh, I'm certain it is, but
I
I just
left,
need you to know how much I appreciate you.
I left my 700 gold back at the town, by the way, because I wasn't going to take it because I didn't apparently do anything useful. And by the way, I have
Did.
yours.
Tempard, you saved my life.
Although,
Thank
I
you.
think we need to have a conversation.
Tempar.
Yes.
I'm still like over them, I'm assuming, unless you like stood up and walked away.
I'm just being like super crushed and just casually just being like, so I need people to sign these papers for me. And I have your money actually, so that's got to get taken care of. I just died. I'm trying to go through the list of things that I have to complete before the 30 days ends.
Okay. We will
I
complete those. We are day 1 of 30. We have 29 more. Let us talk through everything before this happens, okay?
I have
Take a
I have
second.
to get through an entire lifetime in the next 30 days, so give me a minute.
Okay,
I set
that's fair.
Tempar down just because you upset me, and I think you are
Rash and irresponsible.
rash is probably the correct word.
Were you going to say a possibly worse word? And by possibly worse, I mean possibly meaner word. Is that
No,
what-
I genuinely couldn't think of the word rash.
Okay.
You jump to your own
Impulsive.
conclusions.
Lack of forethought. I can think of plenty of things.
Yeah. Frankly,
point.
sometimes you are a little. Sometimes I think you are an idiot, but I know why you do the things you do. But that does not mean I want you gone. Just because I am upset with you does not mean that you are useless or worthless to this party.
Why?
You
Where
may
would,
upset
where would
me.
you get that idea from? That
You flung yourself headlong into danger repeatedly. You threw your life away in an instant when you have done the opposite of that every step, every turn. Just because I am upset with you does not mean your life is worthless. To me, to the rest of this party, to anyone. You are a part of my clan, and you do not turn your back on them, and I do not turn my back on you. As
this is gonna
upset as I
be
may
really hard
be,
for you to go through again in 30 days, isn't it? I'm not over that. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting. You can keep going. I just
We'll speak about this. We will. Lysander.
I frankly have now lost my train of thought. What is this 30 days thing? Why are you saying you have 30 days?
Yeah, because in 30 days, if I don't have 2 more members of the temp client, specifically from you all, I die again.
Why?
Oh, because the King of Hell has decided that I should join his top ranks, and I told him that I wanted to make sure that you all were okay. And
Ivan, you think that already?
Wait. Back up 1 second.
yeah, so basically I'm
Hell.
gonna become a leader of hell in 30 days and die, or I don't become a leader of hell and stay friends with you.
When did you make this deal with Ivan?
So I'm still blinded and deafened to my own surroundings. As soon as the banishment took on Dandelion, I'm perceiving back through hands to see if I can find the other Dandelion.
We'll tell Kitty about all this in a minute.
I would also
I'm
like to just
saying, 'cause
ask
you made
Alex.
a deal with the ruler of hell, and he's right there.
Soon, future ruler of hell. Very
Okay.
important difference.
I'm
Also,
gonna
Alex,
address
has it
a
been a
few
minute?
things. Yes, Ian, it has been a minute.
Okay, thank God.
Dandelion does not come back.
Great.
Ivan, you perceived through hands. You don't. There was no other Dandelion.
Okay, it was just the same one.
Yeah, you can gather that as he was using his power on this plane, his connection to this plane got weaker and weaker and weaker. So that's why from when you saw him when you were in the road, he cast a very powerful spell and then teleported, which was another powerful spell that was slowly draining his energy.
See, I was wondering why he wasn't teleporting like to catch up to us, but I mean, I was thinking something along those lines. So like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was using lower level spells to augment teleportation instead of burning high stuff to do things.
Yeah. Cool. Yes, and I'll just recall hands and pop back to my own body.
You pop back to your body. I will say you pop back to your body to hear the King of Hell offered me a spot as one of his leaders.
Okay, so upon hearing that, I'll just sit down and like face palm and just like think for a couple minutes.
Couple minutes. Wow, that is a lot of thinking that you got to do. Anyways, here's your 700 gold, and also I need you to sign this.
I'll take the thing and I'll say in due time. In due time.
Due time is within the next 30 days.
I understand that.
Fantastic.
We'll talk about it.
As do we all. We will talk about it.
Yeah, so I say we need to have a talk. I know we got some top-notch, healer types that can bring people back from the dead. But if that don't happen, I need to know who's okay with coming back, but maybe not quite being themselves, yeah?
I don't know if
What?
Tempard loses their deal with
Oh, I'm just
the
saying,
devil.
because I need consent. to
Capital
bring them
T,
back.
capital D.
Garagak's
the
just
devil.
standing there, like wiggling left and right, and just like me.
Oh, not like that again. No. If I do it now, I don't have to write in a book. It may
That
take
is-
a day or two, but you may not be a furbolg no more, or you may not be, human or whatever. But you be you, just not be different.
Oh, hands onto Partos' shoulders. Sylvanus spoke to me, says
What?
I am on the right path, and he says that his
What?
sister loves you very much
She-
and you're doing good things.
Wait, she said her what?
He spoke to me and said that I am doing good things. It's very emotional. I will have to review it later. But he says that I'm doing good things. But I'm assuming by proxy you're doing good things as well. Even though your connection
Proxy.
here is lost. Well, I talked to a Sylvanus. I don't know. I don't know what the other one says. But even though your connection is lost, his
Yes.
sister loves you very much. I guess the Sylvani are sister and brother. They're siblings now. We have twin gods or something. She loves you. He loves me. We're doing good things, I think.
I don't know what's going
I
on.
wish I was paying attention to this, but I was still doing my mind thing.
You guys do.
Thank you.
You guys do remember all of the symbology you guys have seen of Sylvanus from like ancient time has depicted the two figures.
So
Ivan,
there's
Ivan,
two
you
Sylvanus?
want to be a cat again?
I do, but I have an idea. And to Portos, thank
Yes.
you for helping me with this idea. Can't do
you
it now,
know-
but in about an hour. You all want to try a little experiment?
That very much depends on what the experiment is.
Oh, do you want to do the thing where we dimension door
spell?
back and forth? We go like 1,000 feet away.
That nifty little spell you just used to get rid of dandelion? What would
Yes.
happen if we used that on one of us?
Well,
In an hour, I can do it twice. I say we send somebody who's healthy. We intentionally drop our concentration on it about 20 seconds, 30 seconds in to bring them back. And we can see if it's our, our plane or if it's
a different plane.
Ivan,
Yeah.
you are a genius.
You have a point.
It's
As
no
it
guarantee.
stands,
No guarantee, and I honestly highly doubt it will work, but at least we can give it a shot, I think.
yes.
This is not our home plane. You are correct.
Well, as far as we know, we have banished Dandelion, but a part of why we've banished him may be because he may be native to a plane different from our own. This could be a very large and very dangerous shot in the dark.
Oh wait,
The magic here is very weird.
but if we could all go home,
We
the
could.
I don't know if Garagak can go home now because he not right.
Right.
Yeah.
The thing is, we don't know about Geragak, and I'll be honest, if I am the one casting this spell, I may not be able to return with you, because I cannot cast it on myself.
I would be okay staying here. I can also cast it.
Ivan,
We can cast it on each other at the same time.
we can try,
You're,
but
you're a genius.
it may be problematic, and it may be dangerous.
We could also stack our beds on top of each other and have bunk beds.
What I do know is if the world outside is going on, like time isn't frozen outside. Soup and Phil have been waiting for us for the past 3 days. I've seen
The
them.
same 3 days we have been in here?
Correct.
How do you know? Did you see them?
I did.
In the cave?
I kind of lied to Dandelion to have one final message to Soup. I fear that Dandelion is going to go after any loved ones we have on our plane.
So
Hence,
we
why
must
I want to find a way to at least send some of us back to make sure that they're all safe.
leave here as soon as possible. And to be honest, if we are being hopeful, we must hope that the plane that Dandelion is native to is not the one that we are. And that it will take him a little bit longer to get back to their plane and deal with them.
Where do you think we should go from here?
I do not know. It seems as though Ivan's idea is solid. It is sound. We may be able to send ourselves back to our own plane with the magic that I have.
Maybe.
Unless we are trapped here forever until we
Unless
three
we
things
figure
or
out
whatever.
this puzzle that has been presented to us. So it seems as though of the options we have two, and we now have a timeline. A a timer, if you will, of temp bards 30 days until their soul gets sold to the literal devil. In
Could
which
really use
case,
you two signing.
Okay, so
Tempard, Tepartus loves you. Tepartus wants to bring you back from the dead. Tepartus did everything he could to bring you back from the dead. He does not want to sell his soul to the literal devil. However, if there is anybody he wants in charge of hell, it is the cat in front of him.
Tempard, make me a perception check.
Sure can. We're gonna get one. There it is.
Oh no.
So, I hope you remember that my wisdom is in negative
Oh no.
for the modifier.
Oh
It's a
no.
zero,
Let me just
isn't
double
it?
check this. 0.
Cool.
No.
Of course.
Wonderful then.
Of course.
My finger's still bleeding. Fine.
You do also
Parker, I
have
know you're right.
a DM inspiration point if you want to use it.
That it's a good point. I actually have 2, so in that case, yes, I will use one of my DM inspirations to make that into 20.
Goodness.
Parker, chill out.
You really want the dice.
We are
Okay.
having a moment.
The contracts that you handed to Japartos and Ivan
Uh-huh.
are front and back and completely filled in. The only blank spot is a dotted line.
So, on the contracts, there are technically multiple places that you have to sign. What name is on those?
These, like I said, it is completely filled with like legal text.
Mhm.
And
Unlike
the
a lot
only
of
name,
Tempard contracts.
the only spot for a signature is the very, very end of the back page.
Then we should probably read this. Can you, okay, can you like send me what it says? I'm just really curious if you actually have this planned out. Sweet, thank you.
I have 2
Garagak's
front.
just skipping around the cart, asking why everyone's so serious.
Karagak.
I am
Poor, sweet,
busy
wonderful
doing my
boy.
thing.
Tumult, you are sitting there focusing and concentrating. You get no response.
Damn. Even screaming for Dandelion or whoever's watching him.
Yep.
Or Lion Dandy, I should say.
Yep.
So are we gonna camp here tonight, or are we gonna go down the road?
It's only been like 4 hours.
That's what
Mhm.
I'm saying.
Coming out of it.
I mean, I feel
I'll
fine.
say normally reaching in, I can talk the way I would talk to Ult. I can talk to Lion Dandy for the most part, and sometimes he answers whenever he feels like it. But currently, he can't. So I don't know if whoever trapped him there, which I'm going to assume at this point is now Dandelion, his power isn't working correctly.
So, this is what it seems like to Bartos. There are many different pieces at play here. It would appear that the Bartos' connection with Sylvanas has been severed, yet Lysander's specific connection has not. There may or may not be 2 Sylvanas, which is something Tepartos needs to definitely work through on his own. But that is neither here nor there,
My
and
fault.
definitely something for, yes, absolutely your fault, and something Tepartos is very upset
Free
with you about.
therapy with the temp plan, in case you would like.
Tepartos will get to you in a second.
Oh,
You
Tepartos
hold
has
over
a
there.
therapist back there in the town, yeah?
I'm
Yes,
not
yes,
sure
Tepartos
if that
I don't think
town's
that
there.
therapist is still
Please
there.
let Tepartos finish. It would appear as though we have a few things we need to pay very close attention to. The first is that we have been, at the beginning of this, tasked to right 3 separate wrongs within this, what seems to be an alternative, side-by-side reality to the one that is our own, that is our home. We could have an easy out, however, it seems as though it could be potentially dangerous, but we have been given explicit instructions to do what we can. It seems as though those instructions, from what Anuk has presented before us, is to look at Moog's tower, which seems to be different and wrong, and the Crypto Garden Forest also different and wrong.
Yeah, my
Solve those
girlfriend.
2, we may be able to get home. and find Tempard's girlfriend. Again, either this plane or another plane, one or the other. It would also appear as though Tempard has made a literal deal with the, again, capital T, capital D, the devil,
That
Asmodeus, who, as far as we know, is now the leader of the Temp clan, which brings up more problems than can possibly be counted. But
Why-
we will bring that over to the side. I will deal with you later, Tumult.
I'm just saying, what do you mean now? It's a
now-
pyramid scheme. Who else will be in charge of it?
Fair,
Did not hear
but
that.
still, we now know this for certain.
completely.
They
So
are
we
back,
gotta-
but they are back with a timer of 30 minutes. We know that
30
Days.
30
regarding
minutes,
Days.
30 minutes, 30 days, Sylvanus Christ.
Yeah, you can't talk to him.
Her and Tapartos is trying.
Well, I'm just
30
saying,
days.
Lysander
We
says
have
him,
a
and they talk
30-day
to him.
timer here, and that timer may very well extend to the other plane to which we are native.
I'm gonna start setting up a camp.
You
I'm
know
gonna
what?
say we
Nice.
probably shouldn't do that, and we should just go on the road for now.
So
Oh,
at
I
this
thought
point,
you guys wanted to sit and talk. I was gonna make a bonfire, and we were gonna
We
sit
can do that
around and
later,
hang
but like we need
out.
to
it
go.
may
If
be
time is flowing
conducive
in
for
the normal
about
world, like, we gotta
5
go.
to 15 minutes to talk about this. It may be best to do our best to get to our next destination. Try to solve whatever's happening here and take as little time as possible in this plane. For the biggest thing that we are paying attention to seems to be that both Lion Dandy and Dandelion's powers are intertwined with each other and actively disrupting each other. If we can actively take advantage of that fact, we may very well be able to get out of here in time to deal with the literal hellscape of Tempard's problems and get them out of this contract that they are in. Tepartos understands that this is a lot to take on, but this seems to be the situation that we
Oh,
are in,
no.
and as far as Tepartos is concerned, as the rest of his family is slaughtered, you are his clan. And as Lysander says, you do not abandon your clan. So, who is with me?
I think you're missing an important detail that
Yes.
I'm assuming I haven't said earlier, or at least are in my notes as dash. Lion Dandy was created to thwart Dandelion, and
Yes.
it clearly failed. They are not as inherently linked, but the thing that created Lion Dandy is more powerful than Dandelion himself. I don't think we are worried about Lion Dandy. We are worried of whatever made him.
So we must find whatever
Someone
this
spoke
entity is.
of me.
Oh, Lion Dandy, thank God.
Hey, are we friends? By
You
the way,
turn,
Lion Dandy, are you,
you
and I
turn,
friends?
you look, and you see
Yes.
Lion Dandy, but instead of his usual upright, cartoonish gait with the giant smile, he has a very, very animated frown on his face.
Oh, thank God you're still okay.
Well, that's relative.
Well, I mean, you're able to be here and talk, so that's
Well, he's
better than
not
Tempard
rhyming.
was like 10
That's
seconds
not
ago.
great.
I'm merely here to provide an update.
Yes.
Is your power getting weaker?
Oh God, how is soup? Which one on the soup?
I'm afraid I don't know. My master was very upset. I cannot provide you any more help.
That's fair.
I'm very sorry.
You're not rhyming. Oh my God, are you okay?
It
said-
seems as no.
Did you
It's
here
okay.
for an update?
I wanted to make sure, since
You were
Dandelion was able to project himself on
you
this,
were
that you were okay.
given a task
We were.
to fix the wrongs 3. And so far, your score is 0.
Oh, but
Oh,
did
well.
you see that sick belly flop I did?
I did. It was super dope.
Did it help you any?
I can't smile.
Oh,
He's
fuck.
taken my smile.
Fair master.
You
So we
think
still got all 3 things to do.
very broadly. But your search Your search is fine pointed. You you see as he's speaking, like visible pain. You must find the things that changed. But focus your aim. Look not at the world abroad, but focus on, and he vanishes.
The big ass rifle I picked up.
Uh-huh.
Does it have a scope?
It does?
It looks like a looking glass, right?
It does.
I'll look through it. Bring focus.
What are you looking at?
Amazing. Good job.
Start at one place and just kind of bebop along and see what I see.
So what did we miss?
It's got to be magic, right?
Something.
What did we miss in Nightstone?
Either it's something
I'll look back at nice.
broader than what we're looking at in Nightstone,
Well-
or something more specific.
Anna, because you're looking through the scope. You start and you do a broad view.
Mm-hmm.
You see nothing out of the ordinary as you're starting to scan. You scan the horizon. There's no big beacon, fuck up here. But as you scan, you see a faint glow of bright purple light. And you follow that source of light. And the barrel of the gun turns and points directly at Lysander's chest. You follow it, a second beacon of light, to Partos. You scan and you scan, and you can't find the third one.
I tell the group about it. Hey, I looked through this looking glass on this gun, and I can see light coming into you guys. One each.
Was the light the same purple coming from Dandelion?
One of you. You can discuss who. Roll me an insight check.
Probably a Nook. Because mine
Put
is...
a lot on this plus.
Mine's
Yeah.
+6.
Mine's only 5.
I only got a 2.
My insight. It's +9, but I could always roll a 1.
I can always use a DM inspiration point.
I don't think I have any left, so
I have 2.
I do give them out like candy, so you
Oh.
do.
you can wait until next week.
Oh, I don't need it.
I was gonna say if we were gonna do that, we should do that for me.
A 25.
God damn.
Anuk. Lysander asks a very specific question.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that I've tried to describe very clearly. Dandelion's magic is a dark, almost viscous purple energy.
Okay.
Lion Dandy's magic is a bright light purple.
So it's like a lavender compared to a dark.
Royal purplish.
Yeah.
You would gather that this is Lion Dandy doing his absolute best to aid you with what little power he has left by using these lights to try to guide you on some semblance of a path.
Sylvanus.
Thank you, brother. You do good work.
You also realize you only saw 2 lights.
We gotta find the third one, but
I'll ask him if I can see it really fast.
just don't touch that thing there, because then it go boom, and
I look at a
whatever
nook.
you're aiming at, it gonna.
I look at a nook.
You look down the sights at a nook and you see a light purple energy.
And I say, that's why you could see a third one, friend, is you.
He's me.
What? How are we different?
Oh, we're all the same.
Sylvanus was split. A Nook wrote in the book. Is that all it is?
Maybe
Wait,
I'm
erase
not
it.
writing in
Just
the
erase
book.
what
It
you
may
did.
be Sylvanas being split. It may be the fact that we all care about, worship, and love the natural world.
Anuk,
I'll say something more has changed about you two. It was just about what we did to Sylvanas. I did that.
the journal falls out of your bag and falls face down but open on the ground.
Okay, I look at it.
There is a scrawled note written with very shaky hand that says, "I'm sorry, I wish I could have done more. Please help me before you go."
Oh,
And that, my friends, I think is a very good way to yet again make our very fun and light D&D series end on an incredibly dark note.
Great.
Died.
It's dark and it's heavy, but I think we're doing really good
a
story
great story.
things.
I'm liking it.
Thank you guys so much for.
No, we gotta.
I know I'm not wrapping up. I'm just thanking people.
Thank you, Internet.
Yeah, thanks, Internet. All 6 of you that are watching this show, we really appreciate it.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, not hi, Mom. You think this stuff's super boring, so I know you're never going to see this. And that's okay. I still love you.
Really don't care if my parents think or not.
Right. I would like to apologize. I know things are very heavy right now, and I know a lot of you guys watch this for like an uplifting and a sort of like boosting type of thing. But I promise this isn't forever. We'll get back to the chaos of the first episode at some point sooner rather than later, I assume. And I have lots of fun stuff in store for the party and everyone else. But for now, as you guys probably noticed by now, we record these, we sit down and record for several hours at a time. And we try to make it to where we have a few episodes recorded just in case, people deserve to take care of themselves. So if we're missing players or whatever, we like to have a backlog so we don't have to miss a week for you guys. So we do this thing at the end of every recording session that is a like positivity wrap up for everybody, and I'm sure you're used to it by now. So for this evening, who would like to start? Zach, again with the quick volunteer.
I'll be quick. Ivan, you're thinking on the banishment spell and possibly using it as a way to go home. So like really quick thinking like that, just because it worked on Dandelion. Smart. Literally every session. Smart as hell. You always come up with the weirdest rule perfect solutions to random shit. And I love it. I don't know. I guess for Tumult, he kind of just started accepting the fact that this is kind of a fake world. And I mean, I don't know if it's truly fake, but he is believing it's fake. And he's making decisions based off of that.
Then popcorn, it's someone else.
Toongak.
Toongak. There's 2 things I liked. I thought it was really smart when Ivan made the deal with Dandelion to actually contact Soup and them to actually get them to safety like during his betrayal, but before at the same time, just like the fuck out of here. That was really good. And then Anook's giant eagle whale bash that just completely fucked Dandelion. That was great.
I would have chosen that one, but we had talked about it, and he was supposed to let me know before he did it so I can make him bigger, and he didn't, and I'm upset.
It's fair.
A little bummed that yeah, a quarter of those rolls are ones, so it
Oh.
could have been more damage.
Yeah. And then I guess for me, I'm really trying to take on this new personality.
You're doing great, bud. It's very unnerving in the perfect way.
I don't like it, and that's a good thing.
Giving us a
Hey,
very.
I don't
for
like it
sure
in the way I'm not
toon
supposed
gag,
to
not
like it.
Garrett gag.
Coda, I'll talk about it more on my turn, man. But you're doing a fantastic job.
You
I
really
tried.
are.
I was trying to fit things in as I went.
It's good.
Yeah, it's there's a lot different with my character now that hasn't even happened yet. But yeah, so I did my best with that. And then I guess Tepartos.
Great. I think the person I want to shout out the most today is definitely Anook, Hero. I thought that both from you trying to manage all of the loot to burying our dead friends to going for again the super epic whale belly flop that I know you've been wanting to do for a long time, and I'm so glad you finally got the chance to do, and I hope will be a permanent part of your arsenal because it's insane and ridiculous and perfect. All of it is so in line with who you are as your character, as somebody who is loving and kind and serving of others around him, and yet super practical and just like, I'm going to do what I've got planned, but it's because I know my plan is the best. Like it's perfect, and I love it, and I really want to shout you out for that. Regarding myself, I think something I really loved that Tepartos did was just try to connect with his party members. I think Tepartos has definitely been, it's been pretty obvious Tepartos has been a source of contention and of separation for a number of reasons. For when we were deciding, back when we were deciding that Dandelion was good or bad, or things were okay or not okay. Sylvanas is blah, 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 anything. Tepartos fights people, and I know that. But I felt like today with Tempbard trying to tell them, even though we were mad at them, that we loved them and we cared about them, we wanted them as a part of their family, trying again everything he could to save people, trying to understand the situation and do his best for everybody. I thought it really stayed in line of his character for not only wanting to save people in the literal sense of when they die, but of no matter what happens or how many deals you make with the devil, if you're a part of this family, there's nothing that he won't do for you. And I felt like today was a really big sort of defining moment of that. And I'm happy about it. I am going to popcorn it to Dash.
So mine for somebody else, Azerdeath. I know Alex brought it to life, but I know you wrote the base, and Temp Clan's lore is so fucking cool. Like, literally just selling people to a devil, or getting people to sell themselves to a devil. Like, that is such a cool concept that came from your backstory, and that is so beyond creative. And that just mad props to all of that.
I just hope I didn't fuck it up too bad.
Oh no, you're fine.
I loved your Asmodeus.
Just Southern businessman. My
I've worked
God.
with so many of those.
I kept
Because that's
wanting to sing a
Part of
Disney
the point
song.
is like nobody knows who the temp CEO is for a
Exactly.
reason.
It's just like I would have never have thought of anything like that. So it's so fucking cool. Props to you on that, like, lore that is now canon in our world, which is its own layer of terrifying. God, that's so cool. As for Lysander, I felt like I feel like I say this every time, but it's something I do pride myself on. I was very true to his character, even to the point where it gave me anxiety. Like the second I stormed out of that room, my heart like seized. I was like, it makes sense. It's what I have to do here. I'm furious.
I know I said this in the DM that you sent me, but I really do appreciate the fact that you checked up on me after that.
Yeah, I had a message Azradeath afterwards. I was like, hey, I saw you dropped visibly, heads up, out of character, I love you. This is just a character choice I have to go with, because I've gotten in fights with friends of mine in previous campaigns when I gave them the heads up of like, hey, my character's super pissed at your character right now and I want this to be a fight. So I appreciate that you rolled with it, and also that I, in this space, am able to do those things that feel uncomfortable but make sense and make an interesting story. Yeah. And so for that, I guess I'll popcorn it to. I mean, since I hyped you up, we'll roll over to Az.
Oh, okay. For something good that I did, I finally got to use Disguise Self. I've had that Bard spell forever. That's probably the best thing that I did this entire
And that
campaign.
was a clutch as hell move.
That was so clutch. Thank you.
Tempar definitely made a new tree in Golden Fields.
It did.
They
Yeah, but I
helped us.
I got to use Disguise Self. None of the rest of that's important.
Oh yeah, no, that was the perfect use of Disguise Self. Excuse me.
I couldn't think of a better use.
So yeah, I got to use Disguise Self. That's pretty great. Ignore the fact that I died, spoke with the devil, made a deal, all of that jazz. None of that's important. And then something that someone else did that I really enjoyed. You didn't do a whole lot during this campaign. You sat there kind of quietly for the most part. And I understand that like we weren't always on your turn, we weren't always talking to you this entire time. But I really do appreciate the fact that even when you're not necessarily being immediately included, you still feel inclusive.
Yeah.
Like I just really appreciate that you don't just like completely zone out all the time and everything like that. I definitely don't just zone out all the time.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, I really do appreciate that even if you're not feeling 100% great mentally, physically, even if you're not totally involved or totally there, that you keep doing your best.
And you catch shit we miss.
Yeah. Devin, you're so stupidly smart, it hurts. It's insane how intelligent you are with the way you play your characters.
I'm sorry that I truly am sorry that the first time I got a demon inspiration was because I
You
remember
felt prone?
you were prone. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that. Thank you.
It's your turn.
It's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess a couple of small things. I really like how immediately Anouk took that black orb sphere thing and was like, "Nope, I'm gonna put this in the ground. Like, no risks."
Ooh, that's the other thing I forgot. I juggled. I haven't done that in a
Yeah,
long time.
that was
Yeah, that's
good,
even
yeah.
better.
That was good too. Yes.
Okay, you're
I do like how Theric introduced the Tim clan into like hell to kind of like intertwine Ivan and Tempard's whole stories. Like the way that like you're weaving this story together to like have all the paths cross is I really enjoy it. You're doing a really good job at it. And then the whole whale flop thing, I just think that needs to be mentioned again. That was just so good. I love your wild shape shenanigans. And I think it's gonna popcorn to enough, right? Did you go?
I haven't gone yet. Am I the last one, except for Alex?
Yeah,
Yep.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh man, there were actually everybody had something good this round. I really have to say everybody had something good this round. I love the deals that were made, both by Temp Bard and by Ivan. Two different people, two different deals, two different results. Just beautiful, nicely done. You guys did great, and I have to commend everyone on their ability to play their characters so well and so beautifully, and the fact that our role play is I think top notch. It's definitely the best role play I've had in any other game ever. And this is 30 plus years of experience here. This is the best role play game I've ever been in. And thank you, Alex, for giving me the chance to role play a crazy shape-changing druid that makes sperm whales fall out of the sky. And yeah,
You don't need to thank me for that, man. The pleasure is entirely ours.
It really is.
You're amazing. You forgot yourself though.
no, that was it.
Oh, it was the sperm whale? That was
Yeah.
your okay,
Yeah.
cool. That leaves me. I'm going to say the same thing I say every time and then immediately not follow it, but I'm going to try to be very brief and quick. I'm going to try to go in a little bit different order than I usually do. So I'm going to start with Azra today. Azra, I took a lot of, I don't care. I took a lot of, I can't think of the word.
Inspiration?
Mm,
Leeway?
Backstory.
No, I appreciate that is what I'm going for. I took a lot of things and made them my own of your backstory.
Liberty.
Yeah, I took a lot of liberties with your. Thank
Liberties.
That's what,
you.
that's what I said, but no one heard me.
I did not hear you. I'm sorry. I took a lot of liberty with your backstory, and I implemented it in a way that I thought would be super neat narratively. But I can't take credit for any of the organization or any of the details or any of that. You have one of the most creative minds of anyone I have ever met. And that is not just tabletop or anything like that. You, as a person, are one of the most creative people that I have ever encountered in my entire life. And I have spent my entire life with actors and artists and anyone under the sun that is supposed to be the creative elite. And you outshine damn near, if not all of them. I cannot stress enough how amazing your mind is and how talented you are in that capacity. The Temp Clan was the craziest backstory I've ever been handed in my entire life, with the littlest substance to any of it. And like, it's so laid out except for the pieces you need. And it gave me a chance to kind of flex my creative mind a little bit. And I hope that I did it well enough for you. I hope I didn't mess anything up.
It's partially designed so that if anybody wants to use it, they can kind of make it what they want. They can just fill in all the blanks that there is.
I fully agree. If we ever do a Patreon or something, you should offer up the Temp Clan thing as like a patron award, or like have access to some of the
That'd be awesome.
backgrounds and things.
Temp
Yeah.
Clan
The
template.
official talent.
Yeah, there's so many.
I have notes.
But no, you constantly amaze me, and I think you may not see that in yourself, but I see it in you, and I'm sure everybody else sees it in you. So please, if you ever are doubting that, remember that all of us think that. I'm going to pop directly over to Devin. Devin is the ideal D&D player. I talk a lot about how Devin outsmarts me and Devin outplays me and all of these things, and I mean them all complimentary. I'm never upset when it happens, but there is something in the way that Devin plays, and as we touched on this earlier, but Devin made a very strong character choice, a very detailed notice, and then very politely sat and attentively was entirely attentive the whole time that the focus was not on him, and kept up. And you constantly do that. No matter what's going on, you take in every word that I say and absorb it, and then spit it back at the right times to keep the party with the little details that they missed when they were talking or role playing or whatever. You have the mind that I wish that I could have, and I am envious of you. I am extremely glad that we have gotten to become friends and fellow players, and that I somehow convinced you with my average DM skills to like continue doing this. And I am so ecstatic that you're a part of this, man. And I love you to death, and I cannot express how grateful I am to you as a D&D player and as a friend. So thank you for everything that you do. Zach, you are obnoxious in the best ways possible. Your roleplay of Tummel is something I talk about a lot because I think it's one of those things where it's something that I never saw in you. Not to be offensive, and I know it sounds really mean, but I've known you my whole life, literally my whole life, and all of our interactions have always been total dude bro shit, right? Like we talk about sports, we played sports, we talked about the girls we like, and all this other crap, and never once did it come up that it was something that you might be interested in. So when I made the post and made this group forever ago, it was like, hey, does anybody want to play D&D? And you were like, dude, I'm there. I was like, all right, it's one of my jock friends. Like he's not gonna want to come and like do this. This is gonna be his thing. And you constantly surprise and amaze me at how good you are at staying in character and how the questions you ask and the clever ways that your mind works and puts pieces of puzzles together. I am so happy that you decided to do this, man. It's a side of you I've never seen before, and I think it only brings us that much closer as friends and as players because this is a new side of you, and it's an amazing side of you. And I hope this is something you continue to like do outside. And I know you're playing other games and all that kind of thing, but
Not anymore.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
that's fine. But like, continue to find those things, continue to follow this outreach because you have a creative mind, and I know that you don't have a lot of experience in this kind of thing, but I think with a little bit of time, man, you could be a super amazing D&D player and role player in general. And you need to flex that muscle because it's already super strong.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
a lot.
absolutely. Coda. Coda, this is your first roleplay experience ever. Is this D&D campaign? We've been playing for 7 or 8 months, however long COVID's have been happening, which is terrifying, but also we're not going to talk about that shit.
That's why we're friends.
It's that COVID brought us together.
Reunion
Yeah.
The Backstreet Boys reunion tour. And I handed you
You can get demonetized if you say the
something that would be insanely difficult for anyone. A DM could have walked up to me. I've been playing this game for almost as long as I've been alive, and they would have been like, hey, I'm going to change your character's personality and how they act and how they talk and what they do on a dime.
Right as you got comfortable with them.
Right as you were getting comfortable playing your character.
Yeah.
And I would have been like, fuck. And it would have taken me several sessions of trying to realign my head to fit this. And you came in, I gave you a character death of a character that you interacted with and you knew and loved, and you laughed through it 10 minutes into this recording session, and you fucking crushed it, man. You did so good.
That was a rough one.
Listen, as long as you're happy, it's fine. Okay.
The thing about it is it was all the little interactions, and you interjecting and being like, everyone's having this super serious conversation. I'm just gonna skip around the caravan and ask like, why is everybody so serious right now? It's those little things that put Garagak into this whole new character, and it really showed those changes. And
It's
it was
so
constant,
disturbing.
It was constant, it was consistent, and it was well done. And you deserve all of the praise for it, man.
Mhm.
You, just like Zach, man, you are so good at this. And with just you are so good. And if something you want to do, keep doing this, and you will be so good. I cannot wait to see how this progresses for as long as we keep recording this bullshit. And
Sure.
you're gonna become a superstar, man. And you're gonna be getting calls from like Matt Mercer and shit, like, hey, you want to come be a guest star on Critical Role? Come do that shit. You're so good. I cannot express how proud of you I am. You're doing fantastic, man. Keep it up.
Thanks. I was worried I wouldn't pull it off. I was like, fuck.
No, you did phenomenal.
You're really doing great, man.
Yeah.
Barista. You have such an adaptive mind. Every little twist and turn and like surprise or plot twist that I throw, You are the fastest person to take it, switch your character's direction, and move forward. Everyone else takes a few steps, and that's normal, that's natural. But you are on a dime, snap of the fingers, moving in the next direction, and you help me with story flow. You help the group with staying on task and focus with the new direction. And I cannot express how grateful I am to you for that, because it is one of those skills that is very, very, very difficult to learn. And it comes so naturally to you. And I suck at it. A lot of people suck at it. And you are a master. So thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being able to do that, because you helped turn this from a bunch of chaos into a moving story. And I would not be able to do this and keep this going without you. So thank you so much. Ian. You and Tapartos, I love all of these characters very deeply. They've all come to mean so much to me. And every time that I put people in a perilous situation, I always feel like shit about it, because I don't want to see new characters. I do, and I'm excited to see you guys flex creativity and like flex those muscles again. But I also have grown so attached to all of these characters. But Tapartos and the way you play him, every time that you have like died or come near death or whatever, I'm like, I gotta quit. I can't do this. I can't keep this up. You came into this recording session with 5 levels of exhaustion, couldn't move, couldn't do anything, and you played it so well at every step. And that takes phenomenal skill as a D&D player, as a performer, and you are phenomenal at both. And I continue to struggle to find new compliments for you, because not because you're doing anything wrong or because you're doing it bad, but because you are so good at so many aspects of this that it becomes difficult for me to pinpoint what exactly I want to talk about that day. And I knew going into this that you were going to be a good role player. You were going to be a good storyteller, because we've done this for most of our lives. This is something we've done together for so long. And you continue to blow my mind every time. And I just, fuck, man, you're absolutely amazing. And please don't stop doing this with us, because I know it's not like a thing that's come up or anything like that. Don't worry, people at home. They're like, is Ian leaving? Like, no. At least I don't think he is.
No, my Sundays
God,
are
we
free.
hope not.
But my heart would be so sad if you ever decided to stop doing this. So just thank you for being the great person you are.
Thank you.
Now, I usually talk about this person in the middle because I just follow wherever the Zoom screens are, but I just specifically left him as the last player to talk about. Hero. Rob, my dearest Anuk. Everyone in this group, as you mentioned, is very good at playing their characters. Everyone does a phenomenal job at staying in character and role-playing as their character and doing all of these things. You have a very, very special way of portraying a character that is so rare. You take, and your character is so developed and so just full of personality and life, and you play it so well. You take every little interaction, everything that comes up, and you do the thing that your character would do. And this character specifically, a lot of the time when conflict comes or whatever, is the throw your hands up and walk away. And it's not you getting out of the situation because you don't want to be there. You don't want to be part of that role play or whatever. That's just what your character would do. But when those tough situations come up and those hard things come up, there are so many examples of you being one of the best goddamn storytellers I've ever seen in my entire life. there are, thinking back through, when you guys found Soup and Phil's bodies outside of the forest, and that immediate character switch of my friends were blatantly murdered, I'm going to track these people down and I'm going to kill them. It is so out of character for what people would expect from their Anuk, but you knew that that's how your character would act in a split second, and you moved on it. You continuously do things like this. You found, just today, you found the black orb, and you were like, nope, never even for a second considered it as a resource. You just took it and buried it because your character would never want to put someone through what you saw your friends go through. And it was an immediate decision. You did not hesitate. You knew what that decision was going to be right away. And that makes for such a good story and such a good narrative that it's mind-blowing. And you don't get enough credit for that. And I don't give you enough credit for that. But you've done this for a while, and it shows, and you have reached this like master tier of player that everyone should aspire to be like. And you can shake your head all you want, but it's true. I sit every time we play and I'm like, man, I got to be as good at hero as D&D someday. And I got to be as good a storyteller as you someday. And it's constant, and it's mind blowing how good you are at this. So you can shake your head at me. You cannot believe it. And you don't have to believe it. But if you don't believe it in yourself, believe that that's how I feel. And that's just truly thank you for being that level of inspiration for me as a player. And thank you for helping us make an amazing story together. I leave myself for last because it's always the hardest, and I spend my time while I'm blabbering on about everybody else to think about something to compliment myself on. But today it was actually pretty easy to come up with. I wrote down a story for the first time in 10 years. I've DM'd probably 20 campaigns in the last 10 years, and never once was I like, yep, this is what's going to happen. It's going to be great. I'm a sandbox DM that thinks on my feet and uses my wit to DM, and usually it goes fine. But for this and the entire Dandyland experience and everything that's going on, we were in such a jovial place, and everything was hunky-dory, and there was such little feel of responsibility for everything. And I wanted to do something special, and I wanted to make this, because we were doing recording, and it was a group that I felt could handle it and would play it well. So I wrote all of Dandyland in every little piece of it. I've spent months working on it. I've had it in my head since you guys met Lion Dandy. I had most of it finished before that encounter. And I have spent the last few months detailing it and filling it out, and it's done, and it's going extremely well narratively. And for the first time, I can honestly, I don't care if you guys are enjoying it, because I know that I did a good job. Obviously, I care.
Oh, well, in that case, I absolutely hate it. It sucks.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll take that.
So my compliment to myself is that I truly and deeply cared for the first time about doing this in such a long time. I wasn't doing it because my friends wanted to play D&D. I was doing it because I wanted this to be a good story.
And I will say we can tell.
We really can.
Not that your other stories aren't good. We could just tell the thought you have put into this world.
Yeah, this shit's intricate. I mean, there's a lot going on.
There is a lot, and I'm getting. I put a lot of intricacies into this, and there's a lot of little details and things like that, and you.
And boy, howdy, we're not catching any of it.
No, we're not.
The thing is, you guys are
really fun to play.
Devin is. That's for sure.
That's true.
Devin
Devin's
and Zach are going to carry you guys through this entire damn thing.
That's
and it's going to be great.
I call that
have my character sheet It's fine.
Well, dude, I don't do anything.
The thing, just like I said earlier, you put pieces of the puzzle together that nobody else is putting together, and that is so imperative to things like my brain, because it's not a fun place to be, as you guys are experiencing, but it's intricate, and there's many pieces, and the group of you is doing such an amazing job. I can't begin to describe how good at this all of you are. No matter your experience level, no matter how much you guys care about this, I cannot be more proud of all of you for making this story so good. So good. This is going to sound super egotistical. I have watched every episode. And I hate my own voice. And the reason that I can sit through every episode of this show, despite that nagging ache of hearing myself talk, is because every one of you is so fucking good at this. And every episode we get better and better and better, and we get more flowy, and the narrative sticks. And I just sincerely hope that people at home are sticking with us. And the first episode was crazy and we were brand new to this, but every episode we're getting better. At least I think we're getting better. And keep watching, because it's only going to go up. It's only going to keep getting better. I think we've rambled on for long enough for the night. So for those of you that have stuck around this long, thank you so much for watching The Dice That Bind Us. We will see you next Wednesday. Be safe, love each other, and have a damn good rest of your day.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.